Hello guys, I'm so happy today, and that's because I finally released a project that I wanted to release for quite a bit of time. So what do we got here? I just bought a paid subscription at pythonanywhere.com, so I already paid $5 for the very first month, so I just want to try the things out. And the app deployed here allows us to, yes, execute Python code on the server. So that means the 100% vulnerability, so absolutely hackable. So it's not even hackable, I don't know, you just well, probably anybody can hack this, so anybody can actually down the server, kill the server of the web application, down the virtual machine behind this connected to my account. So absolutely any disaster could have happened because the highway to this server is open. But this is the very first real community server of our Maccacane's community, and what we can do here, actually, we can execute Python code. And what I actually did pay for, I did pay for an ability to being able making outgoing HTTP requests. So yes, at this moment we can write our one-time scrapers just right online without need to install Python locally on your machine and without worrying about the dependencies and so on. So you can basically use it however you want. And the only interface provided here to if provided here for the user is actually these two windows. So the first one is the code editor. I've used the code mirror, which is quite pretty nice. It supports syntax highlighted and all the stuff. I'll just show you this in a moment. And here we have our console-like output. So let's just start from something very simple. So if we just print, say, hello world, and so now in order to execute the code, we need to press Control Shift Enter, and now we get this hello world. So this is kind of it, and so some credentials below, and of course you can support me if you like this app, which I really would kind of appreciate. I'll be appreciating you if you do this, that. So but okay, so let me just show you the very main functionality, the intended functionality of how to use this particular application. So remember how we did import requests, okay, and then from bs4 import beautiful soup, and then we did the draft the class. So I'll just draft a very quick one. This would be the good old quote scraper, and okay, so don't need to use any indentation here, it's automatic. So let's define the fetch method. I'll keep it very simple and very brief. And by the way, if we just execute code now, that it would also be giving us an error if something is going wrong. Also, if we just import something that doesn't exist. Okay, so okay, so if we just remove this part of code and execute again, so he says that no module like that available. Okay, so let's return requests.get, and we will be scraping https quotes.toscrape.com. And by the way, oh no, we'll be scraping this a bit later on, so let's just pass the self and the URL. I'm sorry guys, I'm so excited about this. Oh, what have I done? URL over here, because it's kind of my dream here. Okay, so now let's define the parse method that would contain self and HTML response, and let's pass this for a while, and def run, so no store in CSV at the moment, solve, and let's also pass this for a while, and now we say if name equals to main, then we want to create a scraper instance saying scraper equals quotes scraper and scraper dot run. So of course if you're just going down here, then this slide bar is getting available. Okay, so let's try to run this. So it runs okay, but no output because we didn't really print anything here. So the very first thing we want to do is to assign the response object to this variable ras, and we say solve.fetch, and let's actually use our URL. But okay, you know, like this URL was whitelisted even probably even in the non-paid version. So let me just show you my scraping kung fu site that was definitely blacklisted, so it wasn't available in the free version, but in paid version it is available. So I just type here scraping kung fu. That's just to show you scraping kung fu.herokuapp.com. okay, and we want self.parse. Actually want to parse response.text, and here let's actually print HTML. So let's run again. Okay, so nothing happens for some reason. I have no idea why. Let's kind of see. So we're running the scraper. Okay, let's try to pass somewhat. Okay guys, just hold on a sec, something has gone wrong here. Okay guys, I've just realized the issue here. So when we were trying to say if name equals to main, it didn't actually work because here the name is actually called app. So for this particular case, when we're writing code here in this one-time scraper, we probably want to say either if name is equal to app, or maybe you just could have ignored that. But let me just try that as well. So I say if name is equal to app. So in this case, we want to run our application, and here we get the response correctly. So sorry about that, I didn't really know that myself. So okay, and now let's actually try to parse the response itself. So response.text, and I'm supposed to see the parse function to be printing that stuff. Okay, so here we have the response of scraping kung-fu.herokuapp.com, of our site to practice web scraping. But we don't really want to scrape that one, so let's just go for quotes.scrape.com, because I remember by heart a couple of selectors there. That's the only reason basically. So let's try to execute this one more time. Okay, so it takes some time for some reason, not sure why exactly, but quote, not quote, it's just quotes instead. Okay, so well, I'm not sure if I can abort the execution somehow. Maybe just copy everything, just try to update this stuff and paste the code again and just try to execute this one more time. Oh, that's because HTTPS is not hello there, so we just need to get rid of that as well. Okay, so yeah, we just needed to get rid of that S. So well, unfortunately some exceptions are not handled well, and if this app won't get hacked in a couple of days, probably I would be developing this and fixing those little bugs, and if you guys would be reporting some bugs, I would be happy to fix them as well. So okay, so the very difference from what we were doing when working in a normal environment, we didn't use actually this app, but instead we used the name. And even if when I ran this in my local environment, this name equals to main still work, but well, probably Python Anywhere change that stuff automatically. Now let's actually try to parse our content. So I create the content variable equals to beautiful soup and HTML and XML parser. Everything here is already installed either beautiful soup or XML library. Everything is out of the box installed there, so that's really great. So now let's create the quotes variable equals to content dot find all, and we need this probably was the span tag. I'm not sure, probably it named class of text. So let's try to print our quotes. So you know guys, I'm just testing this environment. Name beautiful soup is not defined. Are you kidding me? Content. What the hell is going on here? Come on. I just did run my scraper. So maybe just misspelled that somehow. Okay, so fortunately that was probably a typo. Okay, so here we have our output, and let's traditionally use the list comprehension here to extract only the text. So I say quote.text for quote in all this stuff. So let's print our quotes. So here is the list of our quotes basically, and exactly the same we want to do for authors. So create the authors variable. So this is just for the demonstration purposes. Of course, I've made this tutorial probably a thousand of times already on my channel. Okay, author. So you probably saw this before, but still, just to show you how it feels to work within this environment. So class author like this. So let's try to print the authors. Okay, great. Now let's traditionally loop, say for loop over the indexes for index in range from 0 to the length of quotes, and yeah, let's create the item here, and this would be quote and quotes index and author and in authors dot authors index, and let's print the item each time we're having it. So name quotes is not defined. Great. I'm really wondering. Oh, okay. Just pressing Control S each time. That's the habit from working in the text editor. Okay, so here's our list. Well, we could have also predefined this using the JSON method traditionally, so say import JSON in here, just simply say print JSON dumps and item and indent equals to 2 spaces. And of course, well, let me just take this window a little bit away. Of course, you are free to increase the size of the output console if you want that, so you would be able actually to see the output just as it is there. Okay, so now the most interesting part here comes with writing files to basically to the disk. So it's also available here, and I didn't actually yet been thinking about how to take the files from the server, but well, that would be definitely another topic for one of my next hacking videos. So we'll leave this just for now. But the only thing I would like to show you here, so if you just traditionally create the results variable here, and yeah, so results variable here. Oh no, don't really want this. And here we say self.results dot append and all this stuff. Okay. And at the very end, well, I don't really want to waste time on. Okay, maybe just I should do that. So let's create def to CSV and self. Oh, let's call this to JSON. So just don't really want to lose time on creating that CSV writer, dictionary writer, and so on. So I just want to store the file to the, in the JSON form. So simply say with open, let's call this file out.json, and we want to write the file as file and say app.write, and here we're using JSON dot loads, no, not loads, dumps and self dot results and invalid syntax, not sure where exactly we have that invalid syntax. Okay, so okay, what's one there? Still invalid syntax. You kidding me, man? So okay, so just okay. Let's switch back for a while. Oh, the valid syntax is over here. Just noticed that. Okay, so yes. Now let's try this one more time. Item not defined. Okay, that's because it's not defined anymore. Okay, so now it seems like it did store the file. So, well, when I'm personally, of course, I am available. I'm able to log into my account and see this console here, and I just simply can execute this ls command. And who did create ls.txt? Was that me or not? So let's see, cat ls.txt. Well, I'm not sure. Just a bit wondering regarding the current working directory where we are here. So I did switch the current working directory to temp cwd here, but it doesn't seem to print. Okay, let me just Google quickly how to find get, so Python get current working directory. Now, why did I open this in a new OS? Get current working directory. Okay, so here is basically, guys, where the hacking begins. So let's hack around a bit. So I just want to import the OS module here. So same port OS, and here just try to understand where am I. So print os dot get current working directory, and okay, so something is going definitely wrong here. So it seems like it doesn't really execute the code as expected. Oh, okay, so it just didn't call this to JSON. Of course, I just forgot that. So I just need to say self dot to JSON. Yeah, of course, errors here are reduced significantly. So in many cases you need to understand, to think with your own head of what exactly you're doing actually. So now it's supposed to see, well, I'm not exactly sure what this 2 means. It appears from time to time, no idea. Okay, still nothing. That's a bit strange. Okay, let's hack around even more. So to JSON, oh, what have I done? Of course, I need to write the file. Okay, so here, yeah, now actually I posed the current working directory correctly. So here I can just check that this file has been created, and I can actually see this file here by typing cat out.json and see the output of the files. But you guys, well, if only you just hack around and grant the access to my account and break everything the fuck away from here, well, in that case you would also definitely be able to do the same thing here. But if you don't have, if you're not malicious users, if you just really want to learn web scrape and being good guys, in that case, another opportunity regarding some sort of a hacking is available for you. So with an import module being imported here, we can basically run for some sort of a tricks. So I could have actually stored this file, so this is actually possible, but well, one of possible things actually to store this code is actually to enclose this. Let me just show you this. Just enclosing all the stuff within this multi-line input, and just call this variable source equals like this. And here again we need to import OS, and here well, just even before dealing with operating system, we can simply say with open source.py, we want to write the file as file here, and we say f.write source. So I hope this works. Okay. And now what we actually need, we need to check that out if this did work or not. So for that reason, we can make use of the next command. So there is a command called os.system that allows us to execute whatever command on the server. So say we want to execute the last command at the current working directory where we are, and we actually did that just right now. But as you can see, how do we supposed to see the output? So in Linux there is a little trick where you can store the stream of the std out output stream to some sort of a file using this greater than sign. So in this case, if I just execute this one more time, I'm pretty sure that ls.txt file has been created. So if you just now open that file, saying with open ls.txt, and I want to write the file stream as file, and also let's call this ls, this would be string, and here I say for line in f ls plus equals line, and now we need to say simply print and ls. Okay, click that. So, and here guys, we see the output of the ls command that has been just executed at our community server. So here we can see our source file. Okay, so this is pretty nice. And so basically, yeah, so if you just say try to have a look at our source.py file here, so say source.py, execute this again. So here we got our source code. Of course we can just copy paste it and just put it whatever you want, say here or whatever. So that's kind of one case, one use case. So let's have a look at ls.txt one more time just to see what is there. And another file, code log, it's the app specific file that stores all the user input that was actually so that tracks everything that was ever written here in this window. So just have a look at code log. If you just, by the way, if you would specify ls without -a argument, it wouldn't really show you this file, because the files starting with a dot on Linux, they're supposed to be hidden files, hence not displayed without -a, which stands for all, show all parameter. So let's have a look at the change log. So here we see all the code that was written ever by anybody here. So that's kind of it regarding the code log. So if you ever forgot to save your code, you always can reference this file to find your code actually. And now guys, let me just show you some things that I don't encourage you to do really, but I just want you to be aware of that is possible. So just in case, okay, so let's see the ls again, ls.txt. Okay, so now let's delete say this source file. So if I just simply say over here, if I say os.system, now execute remove command and specify the source.py like this, then you can see already that, okay, so it didn't really rm source py. Oh, that's because, okay, it was actually removed, but the point is that we need to update the ls command again. So I just simply say ls-a ls.txt. Okay, so now we see that the source file has been removed from our folder. So also let's actually also remove, let's make a little bit of a cleanup here. So I just want to remove out.json. Okay, so now we just removed out.json. So this one ls might just be there as well, and the code log, well I can remove that, or I can just, so if you just remove this code log, that you can hide what you've been doing on this server from me. And I swear I didn't duplicate this functionality, so I'm not ever passing this code to some sort of a database or whatever. So I believe that if somebody really wants to destruct this application, hack this to the very earth so deeply, just fuck this down to the to the hell, then in that case he would definitely be able doing that. But well, I hope that people are good actually, and they won't be making any harm to this community service. It's guys, it's like it's our server at the moment, so we should have keep this keep it cool and keep it working. So I think that's important. Okay, so now at the very end of this video, I would like to introduce some sort of good behavior practices when you're writing code here in this app. So if you're serious and if you really want to write some serious web scraper that you really needs for your job or whatever, so you're just really supposed to use this application for your job for some serious reasons. In that case, that would be really great if you follow those rules that I'm supposed to introduce now. So before that, let me actually introduce a couple more things. So if you just list the info, folder here, so probably a couple of slashes. No, it still doesn't work. Okay, let's try it this way. I'm not sure why this doesn't work. OS dot get current working directory. So just okay. So I'm a bit confused. So why doesn't work to just want to last dot info like this apparently. So here, so remember in Linux like environments, Unix like environments, to see the content of the particular folder, we need to put this dot before the slash. So here we have the readme.txt file. So that means that we can actually open that file by typing here dot info slash readme.txt. So here we can read a little bit what I've prepared for you guys. So project goal: one-time scraper is a free open source Python environment intended for web scraping purposes. The goal of this project is to provide absolutely free environment with no restrictions regarding internet access. So you likely can make whatever outgoing HTTP requests to make it possible providing online web scraping platform to debug and run your web scrapers. And this warning here, so even though you're absolutely free to write whatever code you like, even that will kill the server and down virtual machine connected to my Python Anywhere account, I highly don't recommend you doing so due to the reason that account can get banned. So you'll take away the opportunity to write web scrapers online from those developers who really needs that. I'm not afraid to lose $5 spent to buy this subscription, but I really don't want others to suffer from inappropriate behavior of those who can really harm the server. So that's kind of a bit of a little readme file. So now so let's actually get to the appropriate behavior that I'm talking about for the last 5 minutes here. So let's okay, execute this last one more time. But here in the current working directory. So by default, when you start this app, so you'll find yourself at the path temp current working directory. So let me just show you this one more time. So just print again os.get current working directory here. So we are in temp current working directory. So I highly encourage you guys, if you really want to do something useful here, before ever proceeding, please create a folder for named as your user or whatever. So let me just show you how to make that. So if you want to create a folder, you actually need to say os.system, and as far as assume that we are over here, so if we just say mkdir, so this will create a new directory, and then the username, basically the name of the directory itself. So I'll create the directory called CodeMonkeyKeen, and so here you see that CodeMonkeyKeen is created. If for some reason you want to delete that, you need to say rm and -r for recursive deletion. That's important, so -r, otherwise you won't delete this. And so here your folder has disappeared. I highly encourage you guys, please don't delete the folders that you didn't create, the folders created by another users, and another users, please always bear in mind, so if you've created something, that nobody guarantees you that someone asshole would come here and just delete this the fuck away, and you will lose everything you've done. So you always have to back up whatever you store in here at maxandcourse.pythonanywhere.com. So please bear in that in mind. Always have a backup. So I'll create a shorter name. Let's actually agree creating the folder names with the big letters. Well, so it's kind of easy to recognize. So I'll create the CMK, which stands for CodeMonkeyKeen. Okay, just not remove, but make directory instead. Make directory. Not like that. Okay, so here is our CodeMonkeyKeen directory. And if we ever want to write some file output, so please don't. If you want to write something system related to operating system or whatever, please store this into your folder. So let me now just show you a very quick example of how to write. Say you want to store the source code of the particular scraper you've just created to your own folder. So remember that I actually had this source variable storing the source code. So just with open, let's call this scraper.py, and want to write the file stream, and I say simply f.write and source like this. And now I want to print the last of the content of CMK, and nothing happens for some reason. Not sure why is that so. Oh well, that's because okay, I need to open up again, so just go back. Okay, and here's the content of CodeMonkeyKeen's folder. Okay, just open the scraper.py. I want to open ls.txt as well. OMG. Okay, list -o. Okay, so here we have our CMK folder. So I just want to CMK like this. Maybe another slash. Nope. Okay, hold on a sec. Where did I? Okay, I did store the scraper in the wrong location. So let's actually remove this. Sorry guys, system problem a bit tired already. So system rm scraper.py. So I'm just showing you this to make your kind of easier for you to understand how to deal with this system. Okay, so just delete this. Okay, open CMK source pi scraper pi and write the file stream as file f dot write source. Okay, so I hope this kind of works. So now let's alas this CMK folder. Okay, and finally we have the scraper.py here. So we just really want to open that scraper.py. So here we just simply need to specify CMK source.py, and it's because it's called scraper.py, and here we have the source code of the scraper that we've created in this particular video. So I won't be providing source code for this this sort of video, so it would actually remain in either this scraper.py file in CMK folder, or again, if you really want to see the entire history of what was going on here, you can always see the code log, and at the code log here is all the history of all the code that ever been typed over in here. So I have 1 gigabyte of space on this server for this $5 per month subscription, so I hope this should be fine. So you can see the entire list, the entire code being stored over in here. And you know, guys, I'm really tempted to delete this just to see if you will be able to if you would be able to I'm just tempted to track what you would be writing here. I'm really wondering. So, well, one idea could be just store this output somewhere in okay, so I'll probably store this somewhere in GitHub gist, well, apparently, and then I would probably clear this sort of or maybe I can just leave some sort of a bookmark here. So just delete this. Okay, so I just want to print code monkey king has ended session, and I just want to execute this a couple of times, and that's how I would know where my particular session ends. So okay, guys, this is it for this video. I'm really waiting for your feedbacks and commentaries below this video. I'm really wondering, what do you think? I encourage you to start writing your own web scrapers and to test them in this environment, and you can think on your own selves how you can get files from that server. That might be some sort of a hacking exercise for you guys. So, well, in any case, I could have covered that in a video. So this was kind of a quick introduction to the particular system. I'm sorry it wasn't really ordered that great, but I just try to follow the flow that actually flows within me. I'm very excited regarding this stuff. So I'm really wondering how long does this system is going to be live, or maybe just get hacked just right after I release this video. I don't know. So in any case, in the description below this video I would be providing a link saying one-time scraper environment if not hacked yet. So let's end up with this nice claim here. So until next time, guys, and take care.